يا هلا مرحبا فيكم مشاهدينا الكرام مرة أخرى، ويسعدنا الآن أن نلتقي بالممرضة شيلا كانيل من جمهورية فلبين الصديقة، وستنقل لنا إن شاء الله رسالة توعوية للسادة المشاهدين. First of all, Nurse Sheila Kennel, you are on air and good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir, and good evening to your viewers all over the country.
You're most welcome and we appreciate you and welcome to our show. Good evening, Kuwait. First of all, Nurse Sheila Kennel, we need to know, have you already seen the procedures and the decisions of the Council of Ministers?
Yes, I saw it on the social media, and it's very informative to know that the government and the ministers and the board of ministers is having their hard work and effort to put all the citizens of Kuwait and the residents and the expats to be protected on it. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Nurse Sheila Kennel, we need to know more about the importance of the medical commitment and even the awareness among other community, especially the Filipino community.
Okay, so I think us as a nurses and or us a frontliners nowadays has a huge responsibility and even commitment in this fighting of COVID virus nowadays. So we need to educate people and we need to teach people to fight the virus and to protect themselves against the virus. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Nurse Sheila Kennel, we need to know more about, because you already sharing with us that you already see the procedures and the decisions of the Council of Ministers. How about, can you share with the viewers about the 5 phases?
Okay, so the ministers or the board of ministers, they divided it into 5 categories. I think in my own understanding, the first categories is very crucial because it needs the cooperation of the people upon going in the supermarkets, groceries, and then sending monies through exchange shops. And then I think those they added as well the places who are in lockdown like Hawali, Maidan Hawali, and even the Parwania area. So those are included as well, the Mahabola and the Fahahil area. So the people need to cooperate to the rules and regulations of the ministers that they were given for us to flatten the curve of this coronavirus. And then I think people will have to be educated as well, or maybe they have to stay at home if they were going out, if it's not for the important reasons, then it should be, I think it would be better to stay at home for their safety and then for the safety of the whole family.
Okay, Nurse Sheila Kennel, before we go to the question to deliver a message to the viewers, I want to know more about your experience in dealing in this pandemic, Nurse Sheila.
Okay, so in my own experience, I am working as a nurse in the dental center in Binid Algar. And then,
excuse me, Nurse Sheila, excuse me, you mean like you are working in the Ministry of Health sections. So how can you share with us about your experience in pandemic?
So my experience in sometimes people having I am in triage, but then my main work is in orthodontics. So in triage, we are checking the temperature of the patient, and then so we let the patient know if they have the fever or not. But then if the patient had this temperature of 37.6 and up, we are sending them home. We are teaching them to monitor their temperature for 24 hours, and then if they were under antibiotics, then they have to continue the antibiotics at home, and then later on they can come back for us to have their treatment in the dental. And then sometimes people is being what you call this one, they appear to be frightened because of us, because of these rules and regulations, but we need to cooperate as well in the frontliners so that we can do it together to flatten this curve of the COVID.
Amazing. We are very proud of your work and we appreciate your efforts in working in the first line. I know we need to know more about how do you see all the sectors in the state of Kuwait, especially the Ministry of Health, in dealing in this crisis, Nurse Sheila.
Okay, so in my part, as a staff of Ministry of Health, we are really glad. And then in the part of dental administration, we are very glad and appreciated those that they are providing us all the PPEs that we are needed. And then we are all doing our best to be a part of this pandemic as well, to fight this infection through the effort of the Ministry of Health. And then so we as a staff of the Ministry of Health is very lucky to have the government as provided whatever we are needed in the center. And then so even our doctors and even our directors, our own directors is cooperating in us as well. And we are talking about our protection as well all the time, and then the protection of the people. And then so we are glad that people is cooperative nowadays.
Nurse Sheila Khanum, because you're already sharing with us about your procedure and how you deal in this pandemic, how do you see the patient when they are dealing with you? They are very cooperative, they are very understandable?
Yes, sometimes of course they are understandable, and sometimes other people frightened, but we are encouraging them and we are explaining them the procedures of the Ministry of Health, and then we are following the certain rules and procedures for their safety, for our safety as well, and then for the safety of the whole community, of the whole Kuwait. So as a frontliners, of course, sometimes they cannot blame us, and then we cannot blame them as well. It's because sometimes we don't have a patient in ourselves, but then I think at this time, we need a huge patient in dealing this virus for us to be living again in a normal way, that we are enjoying our lives here in Kuwait.
And we are very glad to be with us in your second country, state of Kuwait. It goes me to the last question. Can you deliver a message in your own language to the viewers watching us through the KTV1, the main channel?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. To all my kababayans, the Filipinos community, may even be Ilongga, Visayan, or a Tagalog, I am encouraging and asking everyone that if you are not going outside for any importance, it would be better to stay at home. And then kailangan po natin na mag-cooperate dito sa bansang Kuwait as an expats and being as a community, as a Filipino community. Kailangan po natin na alagaan ang ating mga sarili siguro sa pagluto ng mga masustansyang pagkain, pag-include ng mga vitamins sa ating araw-araw na pamumuhay, yung vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin C with zinc, kailangan natin yun. At kailangan natin mag-exercise to boost our immunity as well. And then, kung lalabas man tayo, magsuot po tayo ng mask. Tapos, kung magsuot man po tayo ng gloves, kailangan po natin na isipin yung dalawang bagay. So, we have two hands and then we are wearing gloves. And then, so we will gonna have our hands together, which is, there is bad and good. So, we will gonna consider our left hand to be bad, and then we will gonna consider our right hand to be good. So, this right hand, we will gonna use this as for clean one. We were gonna use this for clean one, and then this one is for the dirty one. And then so like you are taking your ATM inside your pocket, so consider it as clean because you're putting it inside your bag. So pagkatapos po natin na manggaling sa labas, kailangan po natin dumating sa bahay, maghugas ng kamay. At lahat ng mga binili po natin sa groceries is kailangan din po natin hugasan. At then po, kung nasa bahay man po tayo, kailangan po natin maglinis ng bahay natin, or it's just like once in a week. That
Okay.
is good already.
Nurse Sheila Kانil, sorry for interrupting. We reached the end of our segment. Thank you so much for being with us today, and salamat.
All right. Thank you so much for this privilege for having
Thank you so much for being with us today. كانت معنا الممرضة شيلا كانيل من جمهورية فلبين الصديقة، وأطلعت السادة المشاهدين عن القرارات التي أقرها مجلس الوزراء الموقر عن